Imagine a vast land, the mighty Deccan Plateau. It is ruled by the powerful. They are foreigners, the Mughals from the north. But from the rugged hills and valleys, a fire will rise. A spark will ignite a blaze. It will become the Maratha Empire. The year is 1674. A young warrior is about to be crowned. His name is Shivaji Maharaj. He is no ordinary king. He is a symbol of hope, a beacon of defiance against tyranny. He dares to challenge the mighty Mughal Empire. His people are the Marathas. They are fierce and proud. They are warriors and farmers. They are loyal to their land and their king. Shivaji will lead them to glory. He will forge an empire that will echo through history. Witness the rise of the Marathas. Shivaji was born a leader. From the very beginning, his eyes sparkled with a unique determination, a fire that set him apart from other children. From a young age, he displayed courage and a strong sense of justice. His bravery was evident in every action, whether he was practicing sword fighting or standing up for what he believed was right. His heart burned with a desire for freedom. He often gazed towards the horizon, dreaming of a land where his people could live without fear. He saw the oppression of his people. The sight of villagers suffering under the heavy yoke of foreign rulers filled him with a deep sense of sorrow and anger. He vowed to change their destiny. With a raised sword and a heart full of resolve, young Shivaji made a promise to himself and his people. His father, Shahaji Bhosale, was a military commander. He served the Deccan Sultanates. Shahaji's position gave young Shivaji a unique perspective on the complexities of power and governance. Shivaji learned the art of warfare from him. Under his father's watchful eye, he mastered the skills of a warrior, learning not just the techniques of battle, but also the strategies that would later define his military campaigns. But he also inherited something more. He inherited a vision that went beyond the battlefield, a vision of a free and independent Maratha kingdom, a dream of a free and independent Maratha kingdom. This dream was not just about territorial gains, it was about creating a homeland where his people could thrive. The stories of brave Hindu kings inspired him. He heard tales of Maharana Pratap and his defiance against the Mughals. These stories were more than just tales. They were lessons in valor and resistance. These stories fueled his spirit. They became the bedrock of his resolve, inspiring him to emulate the bravery and leadership of these legendary figures. They ignited a fire in his heart. This fire was not just a fleeting emotion, it was a burning passion that drove him to train harder and dream bigger. Shivaji's dream was not just about power, it was about self-rule. He envisioned a kingdom where his people could govern themselves, free from the tyranny of foreign rulers. It was about preserving Maratha culture and religion. He understood that true freedom meant the ability to practice one's culture and religion without fear of persecution. He envisioned a kingdom where his people could live with dignity. A place where every individual, regardless of their status, could hold their head high. His dream would become a reality. Through sheer determination and strategic brilliance, Shivaji would go on to lay the foundations of the Maratha Empire. It would change the course of Indian history. His legacy would inspire generations to come, marking a pivotal chapter in the annals of India's struggle for freedom. Shivaji understood the land. He knew the importance of forts. They were not just strongholds, they were symbols of power. He captured them from the Mughals and other rulers. He repaired them. He made them impregnable. Torna, Raigad, Pratapgarh. These were not just names. They were guardians. They stood tall, protecting the Maratha heartland. From these lofty heights, Shivaji's warriors would launch daring raids. Shivaji introduced a new way of fighting. It was called guerrilla warfare. He trained his soldiers to use the terrain to their advantage. They were swift and elusive. They would strike their enemies when least expected. He emphasized speed and mobility. His cavalry, the famed Maratha horsemen, became a force to be reckoned with. They could cover vast distances. They would appear as if from nowhere. They would vanish into the hills, leaving their enemies bewildered and defeated. The year is 1674. The day arrives, a day that will be etched in the annals of history forever. Shivaji's dream is about to be realized. He is crowned king, a moment that signifies the culmination of years of struggle, strategy, and unwavering resolve. He takes the title of Chhatrapati, a title that carries with it the weight of leadership and the promise of a new era. This means the chieftain with the royal umbrella, a symbol of sovereignty and protection. It is a grand ceremony, meticulously planned and executed, reflecting the grandeur and the significance of the occasion. It takes place at the majestic Raigad fort, a fortress that stands as a testament to Maratha strength and resilience. The air is thick with anticipation as people from all walks of life gather to witness this historic event. The roar of cannons echoes across the valleys, a thunderous proclamation of a new dawn. Shivaji sits upon the throne, his eyes shining with determination, embodying the spirit of a true leader. He is not just a king, he is a beacon of hope and a symbol of resistance against oppression. He is a symbol of Maratha pride, a pride that is deeply rooted in the hearts of his people. The coronation sends a message that reverberates through the land. It is a message of defiance, a bold declaration of independence and self-determination. It announces the arrival of an independent Maratha kingdom, a kingdom that will chart its own destiny. It is a direct challenge to the Mughal Empire, a formidable power that has long dominated the Indian subcontinent. Shivaji's reign is marked by constant struggle and warfare as he defends his kingdom against numerous adversaries. But it is also a time of great cultural and administrative development as Shivaji implements reforms that strengthen his kingdom. He lays the foundation for a strong and prosperous Maratha kingdom, ensuring its stability and growth for generations to come. He becomes a legend in his lifetime, a figure whose legacy transcends time and continues to inspire. He is remembered as Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, the great king, the warrior, the visionary, whose life and deeds are celebrated to this day. Shivaji's death in 1680 was a blow to the Marathas. The loss of their great leader left a void that seemed impossible to fill. His vision, his strategies, and his indomitable spirit had been the cornerstone of the Maratha Empire. The grief was palpable, and the future seemed uncertain, but his spirit lived on. The Marathas, though shaken, were not broken. They found strength in Shivaji's legacy, a legacy that was more than just a memory. It was a guiding light, a beacon of hope that continued to inspire and unite them. His legacy was carried forward by his successors. These were men and women who had learned from Shivaji, who had fought by his side, and who were determined to keep his dream alive. They gathered, they planned, and they vowed to protect the Maratha sovereignty. One such figure was his courageous daughter-in-law, Tarabai. A woman of remarkable strength and intelligence, Tarabai was not just a caretaker of Shivaji's legacy, she was a formidable leader in her own right. She stepped into the role with grace and determination, ready to face the challenges ahead. Aurangzeb, the Mughal emperor, saw an opportunity. He believed that the death of Shivaji would weaken the Marathas, making them easy prey for his expansive ambitions. He mobilized his forces, confident that he could finally subdue the resilient Maratha warriors. He thought he could crush the Marathas. He was wrong. He underestimated their resilience. He underestimated Tarabai's strength. The Marathas, under her leadership, were not just fighting for territory, they were fighting for their identity, their culture, and their freedom. Tarabai was a skilled administrator and a fearless leader. She understood the intricacies of governance and the strategies of warfare. Her leadership was a blend of wisdom and courage, and she inspired her people to stand firm against the Mughal onslaught. She rallied the Maratha forces. Her speeches ignited the flames of valor in the hearts of her soldiers. She reminded them of their duty, their heritage, and the sacrifices of their ancestors. Under her command, the Maratha forces were a formidable force, ready to defend their land. She fought back against the Mughal onslaught. The battles were fierce, and the odds were often against them. But Tarabai's strategic acumen and unyielding spirit turned the tide in their favor. She led from the front, a true warrior queen. She defended her kingdom with unwavering determination. Every fortress, every stronghold was a testament to her resolve. The Marathas fortified their positions, ready to repel any attack. Tarabai's presence on the battlefield was a source of strength for her troops. She ruled for her young son, Shivaji II. Her regency was marked by wisdom and foresight. She ensured that Shivaji II was groomed to be a leader, instilling in him the values and principles that Shivaji Maharaj had lived by. Her court was a place of learning and strategy. She ensured that the Maratha spirit remained unbroken. Festivals, traditions, and training continued, keeping the cultural fabric of the Maratha community intact. The symbolic flame of Maratha pride was passed from one generation to the next, undiminished. Tarabai's reign was a testament to the enduring legacy of Shivaji. Her leadership proved that the Maratha spirit was not just about one man, but about a collective will to remain free and sovereign. Her actions were a living tribute to Shivaji's vision. It showed that the Maratha spirit was not confined to one man. It was a shared legacy, a collective identity that bound the Marathas together. It was a spirit that thrived in their homes, their festivals, and their daily lives. It flowed through the veins of every Maratha. This spirit was their lifeblood, a force that drove them to protect their land and their way of life. It was a legacy that was deeply ingrained in their hearts and minds. They were determined to protect their hard-won independence. Every Maratha, from the youngest to the oldest, understood the value of their freedom. They were ready to defend it at all costs, standing united against any threat. They would fight to the very end. The Marathas' resolve was unbreakable, their courage unmatched. They celebrated their victories, honored their heroes, and continued to fight for their legacy. The story of the Marathas is one of resilience, courage, and an enduring spirit that refuses to be subdued. The early 18th century saw the rise of a military genius. He was Bajirao I. He was a brilliant cavalry commander and a shrewd strategist. He became the Peshwa. This means the Prime Minister of the Maratha Empire. Bajirao expanded the Maratha Empire far and wide. He is best remembered for his lightning-fast military campaigns. He took the fight to the enemy's doorstep. He defeated the Mughals in battle after battle. Under his leadership, the Maratha Empire reached its zenith. It extended from the Indus River in the north to the southern tip of India. The Marathas became the dominant power in India. Bajirao is said to have fought over 40 battles and never lost a single one. His name became synonymous with victory. He is considered one of the greatest cavalry commanders in Indian history. The Maratha Empire rose from the shadows to become a beacon of power and freedom. Their story will forever be etched in the annals of history. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Crazy Color Facts for more incredible tales from the past.